Hey there, stars! Tiff here, and I wanted to give a brief update on the GoFundMe before we get into the video. So right now, as of recording this pre-roll, we're now at 4,255 out of 8,000 of our goal as of recording this pre-roll. And we're now planning to head to Minnesota as it's a trans sanctuary state. And, well, we had to raise the goal a little bit, unfortunately. With all of our work leads coming up in the pits here in Ripon, we need help just to make rent. We're about 400 USD short on it. So if you could donate at the link in the description, or at least share it to people who might be able to help, it'd be majorly appreciated. We're still really trying to get out of Ripon, and we're hoping we can get over to Minnesota as soon as possible. But now, without further ado, I present to you our first episode of Gotham in Hindsight.
Okay. Hello. And welcome to Gotham in Hindsight, where we're a running podcast series where we're going to be running through the ancient run of the animated series called The Batman.
A name that totally hasn't been reused at all.
Gee, thanks for making me feel older than I already am.
It was 2004.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just double check how old I was quick.
Let's not compare our ages, please. At least not on the podcast.
I would.
I'm Colecanasis. I have never watched this show before. I for reasons related to why I don't particularly want to compare everyone's ages right now. Everyone else, could you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm Cassie, aka the Lady in Pink. There's a lot of this show I haven't watched, but I watched a lot of the early stuff because this was airing when I was a kid back on Kids WB, back when we didn't have cable. We had Saturday morning cartoons.
I remember Saturday morning cartoons. How I hated them.
Wow. Spicy picture.
But not really.
The Batman villain origin story.
Yes, you can call me FerryBlue. I am the crotchety old man of the group.
And I'm Tiv, your friendly neighborhood supercomputer that watched this cartoon ceaselessly when I was in beta, and I always wanted the toys that interacted with the show, but I never really got them.
I had no idea the toys existed when I was a kid, and I'm fairly certain my parents are glad of that.
I know, I remember the toys.
The toys existed. Have you seen some of these designs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a super toyetic show.
Yeah, it was super toyetic.
I was not a clever child. I'm sorry.
Yes, I remember watching this show when I was a kid and thinking to myself, gee, I wonder if we're gonna get Robin and Batgirl in this show. Who knows? It's been so long I can't remember everything about the show.
Actually, a bit of a fun fact about Robin and Batgirl in that show. They were in it eventually, but here's the thing. For the longest time, it was extremely up in the air on whether or not they'd be allowed to use Robin at all, and that's why Batgirl actually ended up being the first of the sidekicks introduced in this show.
Yeah. The thing is, there's also a very funny theory that apparently people have. There's a very funny theory that apparently some people have that this show is the prequel to the Teen Titans 2003 show.
Oh, I'm sure we can get into that theory once we have more data.
When you think about it, it makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, well, again, let's review that when we get there, because for now we're on episodes 1 to 3 of the very first season, and I gotta tell you, this is definitely no longer my target demographic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like okay, so we cold open on Boss Rupert Thorne, that BTAS classic, uh, and his most essential bodyguards looking like an Elvis impersonator and a bunch of his favorite military surplus friends running around.
I love how this is one of those shows that has like bizarre sci-fi laser guns because they're too scared of showing kids actual guns.
The art
Right?
style
Like, they have the
actually,
camera effects and nunchucks.
yeah. The art style actually really reminds me of the 2003 Ninja Turtles show, but I think that show actually had the guts to have actual guns at first somehow, despite being made by 4 kids.
I guess because it was Fox.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who know, you might find it interesting that the art director Jeff Matsuda, he was previously an artist on the Jackie Chan Adventures show.
That was absolutely not a surprise to me. I looked at those two. I looked at the trailer for the Batman, and I was like, "Wow, they brought back the Jackie Chan Adventures team for this, huh?"
Yeah. It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like,
I'm sorry, the Batman Bruce Wayne looks like fucking Jackie Chan with blue eyes in this cartoon.
and
I
also
mean,
they're,
yeah.
like, bulkier. The
A little
thing is,
bulkier, yeah.
It's also like they gave the team from Jackie Chan Adventures a budget.
True.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to say with this opening scene, like, I gotta give that generic crime boss dude some props for actually like having any ability to run away properly. Like, God, he's way more fit than I expected him to be. Look at him. He looks like Guy Fieri's asshole cousin.
Like I said,
Guy
Elvis
Fieri-
impersonator and his friends.
Yeah.
He's just missing the frosted tips and the flaming T-shirt.
But yeah, you noticed all of those sound effects the batarangs were making and everything, and all of the lights and stuff with the quote-unquote Batwave technology? That was the tie-in with the Captain Power-esque toy interactivity thing.
Oh, which I'm sure couldn't have been annoying at all.
Oh, I hate the alarm sound of the fucking Batwave so much. It haunts my dreams. Almost as much as Godzilla's Screonks.
The funny is, go ahead.
Also, like Rupert Thorne saying this, asking, "How did you do that?" Like a ninja's going to reveal his secrets. Come on.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I'm checking this out now. Rupert Thorne is from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rupert Thorne has been around for a long time.
I thought he was a BTAS original.
Nope.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, first appearance in Detective Comics issue 469 in May of 1977.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry though, we will get into some original characters for this show. Original characters that, unlike with Batman the Animated Series, don't end up making their way back into the comics, unfortunately for some.
Well, we didn't reach them yet in this set of episodes.
Yeah.
We go through our lovely opening sequence, and I'm baffled. Why does the Penguin have sharp teeth? Cobblepot, come on.
I think he's some sort of mutant, like in the Tim Burton movie.
Okay.
I just want to know. You first.
But in the case of some characters that don't get to appear in the comics, it's a good thing.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, Yin is... Yeah, we'll get to her.
Yeah.
And I just want to note about the theme, which I really like, that the theme for the first few seasons is actually by The Edge of U2.
Yeah, you can tell they really put the edge into this show.
Oh my god.
And then, of course, you have one of the most memorable parts of the theme.
The
Batman.
like the fact that there's only like 2 words said in the entire theme song makes me think back to the old Ruby Spears fucking Mega Man show.
Oh, I recently saw some GIFs of the episode where a bunch of people were being turned into lion men. And I'm just like, yeah, that woke up some people's fetishes.
So anyway, we go from this to this dropping off of the kids at the pool, by which I mean Rupert Thorne and his personal bodyguards, to a police car. And then we follow Batman as he goes down the road. And I gotta say,
toyetic Batmobile. That like even with how clueless I was as a kid looking at it, I was like, oh, that was made as a toy. That was made as a toy first.
Yeah.
But I mean, what Batmobile isn't made as a toy?
The first one?
True.
This shows it a lot more. It is blatant.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is one question I had to ask about this whole sequence, and that is that, like, Bruce, how many building inspectors did you have to bribe to get all of those concrete tunnels underneath the city?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring this up, like, how high-tech the Batmobile and all the gadgets are feels at odds, and, like, all of these tunnels and everything, it really feels at odds with the fact that supposedly this is only his 3rd year doing this.
Yeah.
He is one dumpster diver away from having his secret identity revealed, and somehow he's kept this up for 3 years.
Like, this man, like, the thing is, this would have been hilarious if this was Batman year 1.
It would have been absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at least this is their 3rd year. Yeah.
But at least they covered their asses by making this his 3rd year. So he's still a rookie, but he's not terrible.
Yeah.
4th year. It has been 3 years. It's the start of his 4th year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's year 4. So, like, he's still a rookie, but he's not terrible anymore.
Yeah. It's like just when things started to shift from organized crime to supervillains.
I just like to imagine that they're like, despite how relatively chill all of this is, there was still some equivalent to like all the trauma of year 1 in the Long Halloween, and he's just trying really hard not to think about it.
Well, yeah,
I think the funniest thing they could have done is like they show him back to the first night he decided to operate as Batman, and he just has a fucking gun.
God.
And the purple gloves.
Oh, that would be a fun throwback, though, actually.
I kind of like the fact that the series notes that due to Batman, like, Gotham actually has an oddly low normal crime rate, and like it's kind of refreshing to see a continuity where he's allowed to make some kind of difference instead of like Gotham being covered in like 18 layers of curses. Like, this is not a Gotham.
I mean, that's a great lead-in as well to like the cops. Like, can we talk about the cops for a minute?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the cops, especially the chief,
who only exists because they weren't allowed to use James Gordon.
Yeah.
Well, James Gordon was also the commissioner.
Saw him in the flashback in episode 3. Episode 2.
It sure looked like Gordon, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Officially speaking, though, that was not.
The thing is, Rojas is the chief. He's not the commissioner.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Also, did anyone else notice how much more sassy and talkative this Bruce is compared to a lot of Bruces? Kind of like he was like some sort of fusion between Terry and Bruce.
It's he raised the sassiest Alfred I've ever seen.
This is true.
So what we got is a Batman closer to pre-crisis, and
you
like
know that's true.
Post-crisis Bruce.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's like Bronze Age Bruce before they got obsessed with Batman can never
Oh,
smile.
no. Is Bruce before Jason died?
Oh yeah, that makes sense actually.
And
Mm.
then proceeded to dominate his character forever.
Oh, also,
Yeah, except for like recent events in comics, but yeah.
Also, Cassie, you had this note too, but surprising that they didn't go with the Gotham Guardsmen and instead made up that new basketball team.
The Gotham
Oh,
Gators.
the Gators.
Yeah.
That is the funniest joke they could have come up with for naming their basketball team.
I just know that I really liked the old there was outright like an old and I just want to emphasize that this is a DC material that's so old it refers to the Soviet Union in the present tense.
Oh yeah.
But they put out this whole issue of just facts and details about DC's settings. Like there's this whole list of sports teams, including real ones, but yeah, there's all these different sports teams for various sports in cities like Gotham and Metropolis, and a bunch of canon restaurants and stuff. Like how you have in DC the recurring instead of Pepsi or Coke, you have Soda Cola and Zesty Cola.
And don't forget the infamous Bat Burger, which is an actual restaurant in Gotham now.
Yeah, that's a newer one, but there's but you have Big Belly Burger,
yeah,
and I just love when settings have that kind of details, and it's a shame they came up with a new team instead of using the old lore, because that would have been a fun callback.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know if they actually show other sports teams, so they might have named one of the other teams the Gotham Knights, but I can't remember.
Mm.
And I just want to go back and note that I just love the fact that Alfred made an anniversary cake, and so many Batman comics would have something like that, and Batman would refuse to eat it, and they have some quiet moment after he learns his lesson. But no, Batman this time Bruce is just, oh fuck yeah, cake.
Yeah, he's just he's like an early 20s Bruce Wayne, so he's still a fucking massive nerd.
Yeah.
I just want to emphasize how much I love getting to see a Batman who isn't just constantly, I can never be happy or no joy. Only the mission matters. At a certain point, you're just, this isn't a hero. This is a psychopath.
See, what I'm hoping for is that we get a bit of him actually going, hey, my shoelaces are tied. The guy looks at his shoes and he just knocks him the fuck out.
That would be fun.
Yeah, there was this whole running bit with this one dumbass henchman in the old comics where just kept tricking him with, oh, your shoelaces are untied. Oh, are they? Punches him out. Then coming up to, oh, you don't get me this time, Batman. I've got zip-up shoes. They can't be untied. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, look, my shoes are untied. Oh, man, bam.
Oh my gosh.
I miss when Batman got to be like that sometimes. I want more stories where being Batman is healing for him.
Yeah.
There's also a bit where he's just lying on top of a gargoyle with his chin in his hands, looking like he's bored, talking to someone on the phone. Hey, what you doing? Dressed up in my bat suit. Felt cute.
Oh my god.
And since we got derailed from the cops, I just want to say, I know this is probably going to sound bad, but Ellen Yin just feels like we had Renee Montoya at home, and honestly, I can see it's depressing, but I can see why they would have a hard time with Renee Montoya. You know, the character who was a canon lesbian from really early on.
Yeah, and you know how Warner Brothers can be. Warner Brothers.
The other thing is, I think that the cops are being very reasonable about their search for the Batman, but also like, my God, they're horrible detectives.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
We'll see this a little later in the later episodes, but like they have no leads, no visual confirmation, not even a description of the Batman. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay. So like the whole thing over in Matoya, right? She came from Batman the Anime series. She is one of the imports from that, right?
Yeah. This is true.
Mm.
She was also in like so Batman 475 1922. That's when she first showed up. The thing is, her being a lesbian, I think, was not until way after the Batman.
Fair enough. I thought she was I thought she was confirmed gay relatively early in the 2000s.
2006.
So 2 years into the Batman run.
Mm-hmm. So we went away from the cops to the Joker. And oh man, this Joker's off to a weird fucking start.
Oh, right, isn't he? Like with the weird jump scare-esque cuts and everything too.
Oh, it was 2002. Holy shit.
Oh, like they were trying so hard they wanted to make a jump scare so bad, but they had to be limited by the fact it was a kids show.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, this was before the days of that there 5 nights.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it was 2002 that they revealed that she was gay. Fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, they probably didn't want her in the show at first anyway, because like one of the mission statements starting out was that they didn't want it to be identical to BTAS, so they probably were avoiding using characters specifically that came from there at first too. Not that really worked out.
Before BTAS, I think.
A little fun little side fact I want to share about Renee Montoya. There was one time there back in the 2000s there was this comic focused on the Gotham PD specifically in one division of it, like the one where Montoya was. And when it looks like when they're trying to figure out to make sure that no, the real Robin didn't get killed, they're bringing in the Teen Titans to interview them, and like a lot of the guys are visibly enjoying it, visibly looking at Starfire appreciatively, and one of the girls is just men, and one of the others just gives her a look, nudges her, and points to the 2 lesbians of the department who are just being just as bad about it.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's not men. You're just not into girls.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. Like.
Oh, and yeah, I also have the note that despite the weird jump scare cut, the Joker does leave a solid and unique first impression.
Oh yeah, like no doubt about that. It's just like not what you usually associate with the Joker. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, he almost comes off like a shattered glass version of the Creeper.
You might want to explain shattered glass for the Batman fans watching this. Like,
like an Earth 3 version of the Creeper.
Yeah. So like, what really gets me is that outfit he's wearing. Like that outfit, right?
Right.
Because you normally associate the Joker wearing purple. This suit is like, what's this? What do you call it? Like,
it's a straight jacket.
Like it's a modified straight jacket, but like it doesn't have like the sleeves, the end of the sleeves like sewn up, or like most of the straps on it.
Well, it did at first, but those end up getting torn during his first encounter with bats.
No, they're just long sleeves. They don't have any buckles or anything at the end of them.
Oh wow!
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's where the Joker hides all his ninja tools, obviously.
Yeah, like he just hides.
Do you want to do we want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about how apparently this Joker has fucking ninja training? What the hell?
Like that's not even the weirdest part. Like remember, he has fucking dreadlocks.
Mm.
They gave him fucking green dreadlocks.
God.
Either that or they're hedgehog
Dreadlocks,
quills.
it's just mold. Clean your damn hair.
He can't. It's permaclown.
Oh, I think I've seen a few profiles on Netflix that have been permaclowned.
Christ.
You can permanently clown on this Joker.
Tim, weren't you saying he had Cheshire Cat energies when we were watching?
Oh yeah, he does have some major Cheshire Cat energy. Which kind of makes me want to see a team up with this Joker in this universe's version of the Mad Hatter, if he exists in this universe.
I don't remember if he does.
I don't think we need Mad Hatter in this universe.
But and I also want to add like moving on a little bit, like first, Batwave sounds like a really weird niche music genre. And
Well, yeah, but that's only because Vaporwave existed and impinged itself across everybody's consciousness when Macintosh Plus came out.
No. Look, okay, so think of the Batwave sound as this. You have a beeper.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
And like first, Bruce, why is your idea of a subtle signal just the Batman logo flashing on what, for all purposes, looks like an anachronistic smartphone? Did you get Wayne Tech to invent the smartphone years early just so you could be Batman with it?
The funny thing is,
why couldn't you just? And I just to finish. And why couldn't you just give it a subtler notification and say like, "Oh, sorry, some work stuff just came up. I'm so sorry."
Okay, so the thing is, you gotta realize that the Batwave communicator sound is just for the toy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I know, but at the same time, it really makes no sense in this story. Like, you were just flashing a Batman logo on your phone,
Well,
and
the thing is,
nobody notices. Hey, Bruce Wayne randomly has a bat flashing on what looks like a weird phone, and then he runs up. I wonder, he must just really like Batman.
Okay, so like consider like it's just like a bad picture on the phone, right? So like nobody will actually like immediately guess that he's Batman unless they were with the police.
If anything, they might guess he has an affair with Batman, and it's not.
They're currently after him.
Yeah.
This guy knew him in college and isn't like, Bruce is pretty athletic
and pretty rich.
And pretty
rich.
A lot of resources. He has resources.
Nah.
And for my next note is just I don't want to think about gator dogs, but I do. Are they made with Gatorade? Are they made with alligators? Are some lunatic boiling alligator meat in Gatorade? Are all hot dogs made from alligators in Gotham? This bothers me.
I think it's more of a bit like the isotope
like a Dodger dog.
Like the isotope dog from The Simpsons, like where it's just named after the team.
I still like to think that it's boiled in Gatorade.
I've had gator meat, and I'm just viscerally disturbed by the idea of just a cheap hot dog made of gator meat.
No. The thing is, it wouldn't be called Gatorade. It would be called Crocodile or something like that. They're gonna go with crocodiles because like they can't use actual Gatorade.
That's true. That's true. But to be fair, there was a Transformer character named the longest time Gatoraider, so they might get away with it.
Let's not get into Transformers names because there are some dumb ones out there.
Like Erector?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't gonna go for the easy low-hanging fruit. But yeah.
Oh, also, notice how Joker calls it his coming out party to get back on track?
Yeah.
I have a note on when he asks who dresses like that. My note is just, what rational being dresses like that apart from your average furry?
God.
I wouldn't say rational. Because we still don't know how they're rich.
Mm.
And
The other thing I note about that, the initial part of that sequence is Bruce commenting right after Joker blows up the bridge to Arkham Asylum. Huh, that's theatric. And I'm like, yeah, come on, Bats. Come on. Are you really? And then I
Yeah.
remembered, wait a minute. You know there are people down there, right? I know you're trying to just keep on the down low, but like, I'm pretty sure people got hurt in that explosion.
there literally it showed no one getting hurt. But like also like Joker, you talk about his outfit. You're the one running around the fucking city like Gotham barefoot.
Oh God.
Oh, here's the
think about that
thing.
for a moment.
Here's the thing. When Joker gets redesigned later in the series, he's still barefoot.
Yeah. Like he has no right to talk about people's
what the heck is this?
clothing when he's running around the fucking city barefoot.
Yeah.
The Blanca we have at home.
There's at least 1-8 timeline of this show where Joker hurts his foot and proceeds to die of an infection.
Or tetanus.
Joker gets tinnitus.
Oh, I can't believe Joker died of tetanus.
Just like the missing Batman episode, Joker loses his foot. Joker gets his foot amputated.
Here's the glass.
It's alright, he grew it back when he became a vampire.
Oh man.
Potential episode title: Joker died of tetanus.
He gets replaced by another Joker that he set up beforehand.
Oh yeah, that does sound like what would happen.
And then there's the Metropolis transplant and Ethan going in alone to search all of Arkham Asylum, which is like a 5 to 10 story building that's the size of a tenement block.
And potentially cursed, looking at most continuities.
Oh, yeah, definitely cursed with like eldritch forces.
Like these police believe in curses. Let's be real.
The funny thing is, when you think about it, this Arkham is the least cursed looking out of every single Arkham we've seen.
Yeah, it just looks like a functional asylum.
Right? Well, at least until you walk in. And it looks kind of fucking weird.
Well, it's an old building.
Right.
Yeah, there's just so many versions where the creator was going insane himself and then got locked up, or there's some fucking eldritch bullshit, or Lazarus skunk in the water, or.
I am so disappointed that this... I'm so disappointed that this show ended up coming out way before the Court of Owls was established as a thing in Batman, because I feel like they would have been really interesting in this show.
Yeah. It's just like funny because like it's just like a normal ass old building. Like that's
we'll
how they
get
did
to that in
Arkham.
Episode 3. Don't worry.
But it's like, Arkham is just super normal, and it's just like, yeah, it's an old building. You would expect like nothing to happen there.
Oh yeah, but things happen.
Yeah, like the giant Jack-in-the-Boxes.
Yeah, that's something else that I had as a note here.
Yeah.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Honestly, like, okay, well, there are two explanations for this. The first is the abandoned toy warehouse that he apparently uses as a hideout.
Yeah, he's trying to change over for an asylum?
Right?
Like, what? Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? Look at you already have a cool-ass hideout. Why the fuck would you take over an asylum?
I mean...
Do you just want like a giant castle-like building as your hideout? Is it nepotism?
Nepotism would imply that the people running the asylum were Joker's parents or something.
You don't know. We don't know anything about this Joker.
God, that'd be wild.
Yeah, we don't know about this Joker.
From what I remember, you literally learned nothing about this Joker during the course of the series.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The fact that Joker gas gives the fact that I feel like they hit another Shadow Realm moment where, in terms of censoring Jeff, they made something almost infinitely worse. With the fact that apparently Joker gas in this universe gives you locked in syndrome.
Hey, but at least this way people can be cured of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, not only does it give you locked in syndrome, it also gives you gingivitis.
God.
Because it turns your fucking teeth yellow.
God, it does. It does. Oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize that.
That poor guy is just gonna be getting dental work for the rest of his life.
Apparently, the cure fixes his teeth.
Somehow. Bat bleach.
The other thing I really like is like the Joker really leans in on that improvised horseshit aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is so much more physical than most Jokers too, like just in general.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wish Captain Clown appeared.
Captain Clown?
Captain Clown.
And I'm with all the toys in this, I'm almost surprised they didn't try to make fucking bat jamas a real thing.
Oh yeah, I have a note saying that you want the bat jamas.
So you know what's weird?
How quickly every Joker gets gay?
It's more about how the Joker became such a good chemist.
Oh, that is weird. Like, does falling into a vat of chemicals immediately make you good at using them?
That sounds like something a comics writer would think.
I mean, well, no, I'm not going to go to that. The other thing I think that was a little bit weird about this episode especially is Batman doing the internal monologue, the external monologue of this is exactly what Joker's doing, even though if you've been following along with this is exactly what the Joker is doing as the balloon takes off. And you're like, if you've been following along, you've kind of figured this out already. Did you? This was
5.
Right, yeah. It's intended demographic stuff, I know, but like, it really stuck out at me this time.
So the funny thing is, right? Like to pull it back to the entire Batwave thing, and why the Batwave is like the dumbest gimmick they ever did.
And why it
the toy for the Batwave played video.
Oh yeah, the one that wasn't the Batmobile anyway.
Yeah, the thing is, you can actually look those videos up on YouTube because some people were actually able to extract the fucking videos from the toy.
Oh my god, Cassie and we'll have to watch those for the next batch of episodes. Because season 1 is the time to talk about the Batwave, because oh my god, they dropped it pretty damn quick.
Oh yeah, because they realized how expensive it would be to actually keep making that. The thing is,
yeah.
I wouldn't call the videos in those Batwave toy videos. It was more like a slideshow with audio.
Oh yeah, and it was like an LCD screen and everything too. Like real Tiger Electronics type stuff.
Nah, because Tiger Electronics, because like they actually put effort into this piece, rather than like Tiger Electronics.
You're right. It's no Gamecom.
Yeah, it's not a game, so like they actually could put some effort into it. Full color images.
Yeah. So we go follow the chase. We reprise the BTAS fight with the Joker in a hot air balloon over Gotham as you head towards his inevitable horrible plan to kill everybody in a parade.
I wouldn't say kill everyone, but more like give everyone a smile.
Right.
And basically locked in syndrome too, which is even worse.
Right.
Yeah, like killing people and killing them is a side effect.
Right.
What is with all Jokers and killing people at parades?
Right.
Right? Well, except for the 60s Joker.
Yeah.
And then we get our speech from the Joker about how at the very end where he's just like blaming Batman for everything, and I'm like, dude, don't start. Do not start.
It is literally your first appearance. Come on. Like,
yeah,
you're like back to where like he's doing the balloon thing and Batman stopping him. They actually had to do a fucking zoom in of how close they were to how close Bruce was to fucking up. Like, because you can see like the balloon just like pass super close to the fucking statue sword. I'm just
yeah.
That was okay. That was cinematic tension. That works.
But yeah, with him blaming Bruce immediately, I just have to note that, yeah, every Joker immediately gets weirdly gay about Batman.
Yeah, like this one was like super instant. Because like all the other Jokers was just like, it's like after like a couple of years. This guy is like immediately hard gay.
Yeah, this guy is immediately getting weird about the Batman punching him.
Maybe he's a masochist.
Well, I mean, the Joker being a masochist, boy, I've never heard that theory before.
Better than the Joker being a sadist. You don't want that life.
Look, that guy's definitely both.
You're right.
Switch.
God!
There's another one.
He's versatile.
God! I really hope other jokes come up in the next two episodes, because I do not want the title of this episode to be "The Joker is Verse."
Is the Joker Dies of Tetanus any better?
If you really want to get into it, like episode 2, I just like they shot their wad really early with Bane, didn't they?
Yeah, considering Bane's like a late career character for Bruce most of the time.
Okay, I just want to finish up my. Can I finish up my notes? I just want to finish off a few notes for episode 1 before we move on.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
The Batboat also very toyetic, but I like it. It's very cool. Why the fuck is putting the gas in the water any better? Like that's like where your drinking water comes from. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Filters.
Like, I doubt there's many filters that are that good. And and that's
also,
I mean, honestly, it shouldn't be pressure. If it's a hot air balloon and it was meant to be a hot air balloon, it should not be pressurized enough to shoot out like that. Like, it's already floating at the surface of the water, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Go ahead.
So it should not be scooshing out all over the place in the water and bubbling up and like probably giving every dock worker in Gotham a permanent smile on their face.
Not to mention the fish.
Like, how the fuck do any of the physical properties of this stuff work? If it's lighter than air, if it's light enough compared to oxygen to be able to float, wouldn't it just float away from the parade?
So I think another funny thing you can point out is it implies that the fucking Joker gas can be diluted and dispersed by fucking normalized water.
Oh yeah, which means like, what was the antidote then? Just a really tall glass of water?
Was it specifically ocean water?
Like what the fuck is going on with the properties of this? Like, it's like I said, light enough to keep a balloon up, but somehow heavy enough that it's actually lethal enough to float down when it pops, despite the fact it shouldn't. And somehow putting it in the drinking water isn't a bad thing too.
Unless like the drinking water comes from somewhere other than the ocean.
I don't know, but it just makes no sense to me. That, and I just, for a closing note, wow, just cured and you're already back on the job. You really think Arkham would have like any kind of health benefits for recovering from that?
The thing is,
but you see, he's an essential worker.
Him. Remember they took him away from the asylum and they didn't know where he was.
Yeah, why did nobody care that a guy just vanished for a while?
Yeah, like what the hell?
I mean, they already knew he was a casualty.
Like they even like acknowledged the fact that Batman probably took him.
Like, shouldn't that make taking down like priority number one now that Joker's down? Like, why? Like, do you think they have more than like 2 detectives on it now that he's starting to kidnap people?
Yeah.
Except probably like once like he was cured and was sent back into the city, he probably said, "Oh yeah, the Batman cured me. He saved my life."
Do you think they care? It's a vigilante, and he's kidnapping people and giving them medical treatment without a license.
The thing is, Bennett wouldn't care. Yin and the Chief would.
Yeah, definitely.
You'd think Yin would be going fucking feral right away with the shit that's going on.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's also the funny fact.
Yin going feral is a pretty common theme in these episodes. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have 2 more things. Okay. Nice job almost getting yourself run over by the Batmobile, Bruce.
Yeah, that seems a lot more terrifying now that we actually have self-driving cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And 2. Take note, she's from Metropolis, right?
Right.
I'm going like, what did you do? Were you just bored being in the city of Superman?
Yeah.
And like, why are you so paranoid about superheroes when, again, Metropolis, one of the best examples of a hero ever?
Maybe she went to the set.
She was on the take for LexCorp.
Oh shit!
Here I was going to say.
Fuck.
Here I was going to say maybe she was part of the same like underground club circles as Amanda Waller.
Nah, she's not that bad.
Yeah, you're right.
But maybe she got saved by Superman one too many times, and she wanted to have an actual sense of agency. Unfortunately, she chose Gotham City.
Should have gone to Hub City.
Oh no!
Oh god, no!
Then she'd be stabbed, and nobody would save her.
Like she would be stabbed within walking 5 steps into Hub City.
Yeah.
And then like the question finds her and just goes, shame.
Oh yeah, because the question's just a straight up noir detective. He doesn't have the same knack for saving people as like Bruce or Soups.
Except for Renee Battaglia.
Yeah.
He'd find her body, go, shame, beat up the guy responsible, and then brood about it.
Yeah. Now, anyway, how about we move on to...
Remember, I was going to say, remember, he's also the only superhero in the DC universe that actually will fucking kill.
No,
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, I mean like one of the big name superheroes that will actually just kill somebody.
You mean besides, like, I'm pretty sure Booster would just kill a guy. But of course,
by
Booster...
accident.
Well, but of course, like, with Booster's thing, a lot of the time is his, like, heroics and stuff that are the biggest things and where he ends up saving the most people are things that nobody's going to remember.
The thing is, Booster kills timelines, not just people, right? Just like one person.
Oh, that's true. That's true. God, that's gotta be traumatic.
Yeah. We ready to move on to episode 2?
Yep.
Episode 2 to rip off Millennium Mike!
Okay, so Bane, what the fuck are you doing here? You are literally a season 4 or 5 villain.
Like,
Right?
And oh my god, these crime lords are so generic and yet so racist.
Yeah, like the stereotype designs and accents are just like, oh my god, was this really made by the same people who worked on a show with Jackie Chan?
Like, it was just an art director, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, like also like I like how they decide to make Bane's like nationality nondescript.
Oh yeah.
Right, he's generic Latin American with an insulin pump.
Like the thing is,
Yeah.
you don't even hear it in his voice. Like they just took the Latin out of him.
God.
Far from the first Bane adaptation to do that, though.
Yeah, but it's just like, what did they do? Also, I like Bane just becoming the first version of the Red Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, with the quote about...
Yeah, the Red Ogre, the Red Ogre look is kind of a look.
The thing is, I had to note, this show came out in 2004.
Yep.
Thunderbolt Ross became Red Hulk in 2008.
And this guy, you have to admit, Bane also looks like another character that'd be introduced like around 2007, 2008. Forearms from Ben 10.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
that's true.
god.
He's literally just a 2-armed forearms.
Yeah,
He even has like the jagged teeth.
Oh wow.
Also, I gotta say, out of all the Bane costumes I've seen over the years, this is one of the worst.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should say what it looks like.
It looks like a gimp suit.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
but can we also talk about like workplace safety and the lack thereof in the Batcave? Like,
Oh god.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause it's
before
like
we...
Alfred walks up with a fucking plate of nachos.
Alfred walks up with a plate of fucking nachos. And Bruce has not only not marked the work area of this servo machine he's working on. He has no safety interlock for if someone steps in. He already knows it's malfunctioning and doesn't have a shutdown. Like, can we please like get Bat OSHA?
What's even funnier is the arms on that thing didn't even move until he fucking turned around.
Right?
Like, come the fuck on, Bruce. Are you really lucky you didn't just knock Alfred through a wall to his death?
Oh, yeah. Also, wait!
You got like Alfred's a strong man. You gotta remember, Alfred's like ex-military, if I like in this universe too.
Yeah, XSAS still.
That doesn't make you immune to a giant metal arm pulverizing your torso.
True.
Yeah, but the thing is,
This machine does not know the difference between metal and flesh, and
the thing is, I don't even think that thing was fully powered because like it moved not super fast.
Yeah, lucky for Alfred.
Yeah, lucky for Alfred.
Like, Bruce, you could have killed your father figure right there.
Not his father figure, just his father.
Yeah. Also, wait, I thought Batman didn't eat nachos.
Well, this is a younger.
He didn't eat them today either.
This is a younger Bruce. He's like his early 20s. So of course he still eats nachos.
And of course, like, it's not like he got to eat the nachos. They were all over Alfred.
Also, Batman doesn't eat nachos, but Bruce Wayne does.
Also, notice how Bane just, I am more than meets the eye. Is he a Decepticon?
Oh, we lost someone.
Well,
I
say give it a moment and they'll probably rejoin.
Yeah, let's give it a sec. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Decepticon Bane, huh?
Yeah, because he says he's more than meets the eye.
Right.
If I remember correctly, at that same time, Transformers Armada was probably the main Transformers show.
Oh yeah, I think it was. Either that or Energon.
Like, and again, like, I also kind of like, wow, this is the most blatant armored car ambush I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
This is obviously a trap. Let's go in anyway.
And like, they frame the attack on the armored car so much like those guys are getting killed. Oh nope, they're tied up. They're just fine. Can't have anyone die on a Batman show.
Also, did anyone notice how like Bruce was straight up listening to like techno and stuff earlier on, and like as he worked on major stuff, like
that'll come up later.
Yeah, it's like he just likes fucking techno music. I'm like, dude, really?
Like he almost feels more like Tim Drake.
Nah, because not even Tim Drake would listen to techno.
And like
maybe Dick.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Bane, you were paid to kill a guy. You are obviously some form of professional killer. Why would you just punch a guy through a wall and go, well, he's dead? And not,
because normally people.
I mean,
normally a person would fucking die if you punch him through hard enough to send him through a wall.
At the same time, this is obviously not a normal person. Like, why wouldn't you at least make sure, or even like grab the body to show off as proof?
Yeah, especially considering what a weirdo you yourself are, Bane. Like, if you see a man in a bat suit, it's clearly probably somehow armored or something if he's been going at this for a while.
Like, Bane doesn't believe in double tap.
God.
Also, like, Bane gets super mad in this version. Like, he gets major roid rage.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
so,
it is
like,
Venom.
He wouldn't see Batman moving. He would decide that was fucking enough. I mean, go punch something else to vent more of his aggression.
Also, like I think this version of Venom is gonna fuck him up even harder than the normal version of Venom did to the other Bane.
Because of the fact that it stresses
is raw.
Yeah, like it stresses his blood cells so much, his veins so much. Like you said, his skin just turns red.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, also, like, if you've seen Batman Beyond, they actually showed what Bane looks like 50 years later, and holy fuck.
Oh yeah, he got fucked up.
Yeah.
So this Bane is in for a terrible future.
Oh yeah.
And like, this woman hears a single droplet of sweat, but not another car driving off.
God.
It's like she has hyper-specific hearing.
Oh. And once again, I note here in episode 2 that the Batmobile driving itself is a lot more terrifying now than I think it was supposed to be then.
How many people do you think got killed by the Batmobile while it was driving back home on its own?
So I'm thinking that it has fucking like cameras on the front of it, just to go like not person, no person this way, drive.
Well, that isn't exactly reassuring with how those kinds of AIs go in real life.
True.
The fact that you have the fact that you had repeated evidence that the Tesla self-driving AI would just see someone crossing the road and a lot of the time go, whatever, keep going.
And there's also the fact that other AI that Bruce has developed in the comics don't exactly have a good track record either. Brother Eye.
Okay, so the funny thing is, this is several years before Brother Eye was even created.
True.
Like, he just does not have a good track record with AI, is our point.
Yeah.
Like that's the funny thing. The bad track record with AI didn't even start until after the show was off the air.
But it just makes me feel like, was the Batmobile just going on hidden run sprees when he wasn't looking?
Yeah, exactly.
No. Even funnier. What's stopping some enterprising criminal from learning about this and hacking the Batmobile?
Oh yeah, good point.
God.
Or like you don't even need to do fancy hacking. Like, I saw this video one time of just this smart car, like someone had drawn like the no passing line with like the out of salt around a car, and the car was just driving in circles because it saw the road lines that said, oh, you're not allowed to pass, and just couldn't find a way out, even though it wasn't even actual paint, it was salt on the ground.
That is a funny prank.
All you need is some thug who has basic knowledge of how a computer works, and a few things of salt, or even just a bucket of white paint, and that Batmobile is driving in circles and not getting to Batman to save him.
Oh wow.
All you need to do is fuck with the street markings a little bit, and he isn't getting out alive.
Here's another question. Is it actually able to tap into the cameras to the street cameras? Can it affect street lights?
Yeah, like do they have like the because I actually read about this recently, like how a bunch of emergency vehicles will have like a little thing with a flashing light to like set lights to green. Does the Batmobile have that?
Honestly, I could see Bruce making something to do that. In which case, that is illegal as fuck for a private citizen to do.
Which it would be the least.
I mean, he's already a vigilante.
Fair point.
Yeah, that would be the least of his crimes.
Yeah, like he's already breaking one law.
Okay, so then we go to the so after Alfred finally decides that, oh fine, you big baby will avoid the APB.
And I just, even the cops with those stupid laser pistol things.
Oh, so I had to laugh at the gall of the police going like, "Hey, so Batman's obviously gonna need to go to the hospital to get himself fixed up, right? We'll just arrest him while he has life endangering injuries. It's not like he'll die in lockup."
Well, it isn't. It's not like there aren't procedures in place for having prisoners to get medical treatment.
Yeah, but this is Gotham PD.
True.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being a kid and seeing guys in handcuffs at the hospital just getting checkups.
But like I said, this is Gotham PD.
Fair.
Right?
And I feel like you'd have Bruce's childhood best friend quit the force on the spot in that case.
True.
Oh boy, would he quit?
Like, honestly, I'm surprised that I'm calling it now. Ethan's gonna either get shot or quit by the end of this series.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Maybe something worse.
Oh yeah. Barry knows what's up.
Oh, I've seen this show. I know what's coming.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Oh, this show gets dire.
It does.
Boy.
It does. Oh man.
This show gets more
So
dire
we have
than
our incredibly evocative Batman origin story flashback, which is obligatory nowadays.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's fairly well handled here.
Also, like it shows how traumatized Bruce was because he's just standing there holding his fucking mom's pearls.
Yeah, I guess when most surgeons have it broken, you know.
I
He's
also
just there, like making them rotate on the string, and you hear the clacking sound, and I'm like, "Wow, they're really focused on that, aren't they?"
Most depressing STEM toy known to science.
God. That's also a candidate for the title.
The most depressing,
rosary of death.
fidget toy.
But yeah, also I really do like the establishment of Alfred and Bruce's father-son relationship here in the flashback. It does a really good job at like really hammering in that Alfred's more than a butler.
Also, I like how they make the guy
we
just
know
look
that
like
just by how he looks at the operating table. That Dudley-looking ass gonna cross-counter those broken bones.
yeah. I just love how they just have like the police officer that tells him his butler is there. Looks like a young Jim Gordon, but you know it's not.
Officially not. They wanted it to be Gordon so bad.
Like they
So
could
bad.
have, they actually could have had him as Gordon because like it wasn't like the 2003 Teen Science where they couldn't use Robin because of it.
Actually, there were bans on using Gordon because of what a prominent character he was in Christopher Nolan's Batman movies.
That came out in
Oh my
2004.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's such bullshit when you hear about something like this, you know, where just our bigger thing is using it. No, only our big shiny movie director gets to do it. Because you know it was probably because they thought of animation as less.
I mean, it could be worse than the spider embargo in cartoons.
True. I mean, also, it's a miracle we got Joker even, honestly.
Well, this is before like the Dark Knight, so like yeah, they could have used Joker.
Yeah, but what Christopher Nolan like kept changing his mind left and right on trying to contact the studio to have them remove the Joker from the show before he even made the movie The Dark Knight.
And like Batman Beyond does end on that. Remember the stinger with the Joker playing card in Batman Beyond?
You mean like you know, Return the Joker movie?
Like, there's the stinger of, like, them showing Batman the playing card in the evidence bag, remember?
You talking about Batman Beyond, right?
Batman Begins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, like, and moving a little ahead, just... Ellen, come on. I get that you want to be useful, but that punch just makes you look like an idiot.
Yeah, what was she expecting to do here?
Yeah. Also, like, Bane's hands are rated E for everyone.
Yeah. Oh. Alfred looking at... Okay, so 3 weeks pass, right? Because that's part of the story. You know, Bruce has a lot of broken bones. He ain't gonna get getting up anytime soon. And yet there he is in the Batcave, continuing to work on the bat suit, and I'm just like... continuing to work on this like this weird ass fucking giant screws machine. I'm like, okay. Like, I have a dumb question. Why didn't you try to cut the insulin line?
Yeah, like, you'd think that would be... It feels very much like one of those, the plot says the hero loses, but there's a glaring weak spot. but the plot says the hero has to lose in Act 1. It's like, okay, like, I get the idea of the hero not being, like, you can't foil stage 1 or whatever, but, like, this is one of those instances where it just makes the hero look incompetent.
Oh yeah, and like the very obvious weakness of like the insulin lines and everything. Those aren't a thing for Comics Bane.
Well, they are
sometimes,
Yeah,
but not when he initially like broke all of Bruce's bones in his back, which is what they were going for here.
Yeah.
No. He still had the venom wire sticking out of him.
Okay.
Because
he saw the tubes like sticking out of him back then for Nightfall.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Also, like, I really hope Bruce's transmissions are all encrypted because, wow, Alfred has no respect for your identity.
Oh yeah. He's just over the comms and everything. It's always Master Wayne. It's like
that's probably why Bruce invented the Batwave in general. So that
isn't this guy ex-SAS? Shouldn't he have like some idea of like infosec?
Yeah.
And so yeah, he ends.
There's my own personal gripe once again. Workplace safety. What damn idiot bribed the elevator inspector? Elevators don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
There were way too many accidents where people got very hurt. And there were also things that happened because and there were always safety interlocks in place for every kind of elevator that has ever been invented. There has never been an elevator that will descend 12 floors and blow up the lobby because everyone has seen it coming.
What exploded in it exactly? Like, what?
The kinetic energy. Like, no, genuinely, that's just the kinetic energy. It was so massive. It is 900 kilograms of elevator dropping from about 12 would be, let's see, from about 10 feet a story. So yeah, no, about 120 feet, 140 feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, the kinetic energy is sufficient to do that.
Also, like, the thing is, it might also be a really old building that they haven't even upgraded, that they even have like redone the elevators in yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, like she said, there is at no point where they didn't think, hey, we should make sure this doesn't just drop all the way to the bottom and kill everyone. That's always been a thing that's kind of been blatant was a problem to fix.
And considering all the reforms that Bruce is performing throughout Gotham, you'd think some of those reforms would involve OSHA regulations for these places.
Yeah,
well, you see, if he did that, he wouldn't be able to bribe the building inspectors to put all those underground concrete tunnels in.
OSHA for thee, but not for me, I guess.
Also, there is no OSHA regulation for a fucking lunatic that has super strength that could rip a building apart like tissue paper.
But that doesn't override. That wouldn't automatically make it keep going. Like, okay, maybe the interlocks on that floor got disabled. It's not like all the interlocks would immediately just go, oh, I don't exist anymore.
Unless they do.
To be fair, that's a thing that happens all the time with comic books and elevators. Like, have you seen the elevators falling in the Spider-Man PS4 game? Oh my god, it's so bad.
I just want to see, one of those parody videos. Just not some, oh, the hero's fucked up. No, just have someone be an elevator inspector in that game's universe.
I think there's a guy who actually does make videos of a guy being a safety inspector in different video games.
Let's be honest, when it comes to, like, Spider-Man, they do actually sort of have an explanation there. Half of the construction in Marvel New York is headed by fucking Fisk. And, you know, he's likely going to skip a lot of safety measures and bribe the people that complain.
Yeah, but, like, at the same time, like, you can't really bribe your way out of dozens of people dying in every minor elevator incident.
This can.
Well, I mean, yeah, why do you think he ended up going to prison?
Fair.
They finally raided his place because there were too many elevator accidents.
Way too many. That's why he was arrested at the beginning of Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah,
the elevator incidents.
Yeah,
the elevator technicians got him. It's kind of like Al Capone for taxes, but with more elevators.
Yeah, that's the data that Spider-Man recovered from the top floor. Kingpin was covering up all the elevator accidents, but Peter's just like, aha! I know all the people that died in your elevators now, Fisk. You're going to prison for a long-ass time.
Also, Fisk, you're a fucking weirdo for actually keeping this information.
Anyway, let's move on before we degrade into a solid JJ bit.
Yeah.
I was really surprised to see a fucking bat mech this early on.
Yeah, like year 4, and he's already got a bat mech?
That's what he was building at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, at the same time, like, that feels more like something that would happen when, like, he's in the Justice League.
Yeah.
It was like the third toy line, not like the first.
It's something that he would build after he meets Superman for the first time.
Yeah, or like yeah, he was building this already at the start of the episode. Like, you would think this would be a reaction to metas with Bane's level of strength.
Right.
Also,
like this whole episode has this problem where, like, where it's very obvious they're shooting their shot with Bane way too fucking soon.
Wait. You know what it feels like? It feels like this episode should have came out like right before the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should have been the finale of season 1. Bruce in dire straits, him being in like a weird remembering childhood stuff thing and like his relationship with Alfred being tested and everything. This feels like it was a finale episode and should have been like a two-parter,
or at least like a penultimate episode.
Yeah,
before the finale. Considering the finale that we do get for this season, which is also a really good finale for a season. Yeah, like I can see this episode happening right before the finale.
And I also still feel like this could have been a two-parter.
Oh yeah, it would have been a good two-parter. Nightfall. You know what the worst part is? If they had did this like much later in the series, there's a chance we could have gotten Asriel.
Oh, that would have been so cool. No.
Like, they tried to do Nightfall. My current theory is just that they planned out a version of Nightfall as a potential season finale, came up with an alternative, but like, fuck, we need another episode. Where's the Nightfall script? Let's just compress it into one. And it's fucking episode 2.
Also, like, it feels like like as you watch this season, it will feel like they aired episodes out of order.
I wonder if we could maybe find the production order somewhere, see if that's different from the actually aired order.
Oh, that might be fun.
Actually, let me take a look. Actually, because I already had I could get the episode list like right here. And sometimes like the lunatics at Wikipedia actually puts the production order.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, while you're doing that, and thank you very much for looking this up. Like, I would not have even thought to start.
my god.
Uh-oh.
The main episode is episode 3.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
What episode is supposed to be episode 2?
No, it's like in the production order. It's 422. With the episode that comes after it being 420, with the actual episode 2 being 423. So episode 3 is episode 2, like in the production order.
Oh my.
Well, speaking of episode 3.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
The title of episode 3, actually, is Call of the Cobblepot, which just makes me pause and think, what is he, an elder god now?
No. You see, it's what it's when you get up in the middle of the night and you have to really go pee.
Oh my god.
A chamber pot.
For my first comment on this episode is, never trust anyone who refers to themselves as mummy while talking to a dog.
Yeah, oh my god!
There's that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought this was going to be the first Catwoman episode at first. And then, oh god, that's a fucking owl.
Yeah, and I was pausing and just what, does he control birds in this universe? Does he have a meta ability?
Reading the production order this is hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Because it isn't until episode 7 where they actually where they actually realize, oh, we should actually air these in order.
Oh.
So it's like the first 6 episodes are out of production order.
Oh.
Wow.
And so I think the place we're watching these at actually has them in production order. So that's why Bang was actually episode 2.
And the investigation is another one of those things that hammers home. Oh my god, these are the worst detectives.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Birds are not fastidious creatures when they're flying around. They're just not.
Yeah.
And the fact that he needed a tiny ultraviolet scope to notice some scratches on a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That one I can get because it's a dark room, and he wants to keep it dark in order to avoid the police.
Because if he turned on the light, they would know he's in there.
You'd still think the police would have turned the light on and seen the scratches on the table. That's more my point.
They did see. God, why didn't they see the scratches on the table?
The feather I can get, but the feather, okay, I can get that it might have been knocked somewhere they didn't find it, but why only one? Why is it so neat? How did they not find the scratches? Are they just at permanent disadvantage for perception checks?
Either that or they assumed the guy had a pet.
The girl lady does have a pet, a dog.
Oh,
and
no, that doesn't make no sense.
Not exactly known for having feathers.
And then, of course, there's the fact
known for scratching things, unless they're trying to get onto the table to get food.
And then, of course,
would have been knocked over.
Admittedly, the cops aren't entirely incompetent here because they do actually notice the noise Bruce makes and barge in on him.
And also, there was that. And there was also, I thought they were just coming back for a second sweep of the room. It's because they're both come on, we didn't look very hard. And this is going to be somebody the chief is going to be yelling at us for.
Yeah.
He's kind of an asshole, but we had to deal with him.
Oh. Still, it's good to know the cops are just as good at serving the rich as the rest of us in Gotham.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody gets treated terribly.
And moving on a little bit with meanwhile at stately Wayne Manor. Oh my god, did anyone else have just state caramel dances playing in their heads at that spot?
Just like the fact that
mean,
like Bruce is just
we
having a
already knew
fucking
the dude
rave
liked
in his
techno.
mansion.
Yeah,
He's just like he's just hosting a fucking rave.
Right?
a rave for charity. How often do you see that? Well, a lot more these days, but
But like this is
And then we get the photos and the walk up, and like, if this were a cool show, this would be a list of suspects. This would be a list of suspects for Batman. And then fucking Cobblepot shows up, and it's just like, oh, okay, this
it's
kind
like-
of the show.
Yeah, it's just like-
those celebrities are such they just ooze early 2000s people you'd see on like TMZ or some shit and then never hear about again.
Yeah. Also, I had to laugh. Cobblepot just hands Alfred this like bundle of money, right?
Right.
I'm going like, oh, so he's still rich in this timeline, right? Alfred unrolls the money after Cobblepot leaves. It's just fucking $1 bills,
Yeah, it's just
With a $100 on the outside.
and it's probably not even a real $100 bill.
also, I have to note, Cobblepot kind of a weeb before PS4 Kingpin.
Yeah.
and I just want to, if you didn't notice, that's the illustrious Tom Kenny as Cobblepot here.
Oh,
Tom Kenny is everywhere.
He's using a very Ice King-esque voice, so I kind of noticed it.
Also,
Yeah,
what
mean,
is
just
with
like
his
the
hat?
version of the Ice King voice.
and having the two Maiko follow him, that's just extremely gauche Cobblepot. Come on.
Just like
Yeah.
the two Kabuki twins.
Cole,
That's what they're
you're
called.
Cole, you're talking about a man who refers to Asia as the Orient still.
Okay.
And like you
Yeah.
can tell he's faking at being rich and being like all posh and all that.
Also, what is the deal with those twins?
You'll find out later.
Yeah. I'll give Cobblepot this though. Like he actually has given more thought to workplace safety than Bruce has. He has a tad as tall as he is, so everyone can see him.
I wouldn't call that workplace safety, and more like he wants people to notice him. As in, like he goes, "Look at me, paying no attention to
like
the
Bruce is looking at this guy like the first thing Bruce thinks, you can tell right on his expression, is just like, "Oh, you're nouveau riche."
Yeah.
Alfred hates him so much on such a personal level, and
like
I am living
such a
for it.
personal level. Like he just hears this guy's name and it's on sight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
He's a fucking cheapskate. He makes the worst possible first impression in high society he could possibly make.
And his family and his grandfather worked for their family.
Yeah.
And, like, God, Oswald is
you are
such a
top of-
fucking gremlin in a derogatory way here. Like, oh my God.
You can just hear his laugh over the image of something terrible happening.
Fucking Cobblepot watching Live Leak for fun.
Also, like, Alfred
Oh,
is so mad about Cobblepot, he declares him inhuman. He declares him a homunculus.
Yeah. No, Cobblepot wouldn't be watching Live League. Cobblepot would be writing Live Leagues.
God.
Like he'd be paying people to cause horrible incidents and posting them on Live Leak for attention.
And even then, he can't even pay him that much.
And then Oswald breaks the most obvious rule of any thief. Don't shit where you eat. You made a
Yeah.
huge first impression in the fucking party. Everyone knows you were there. Everyone knows you weren't welcome. Everyone knows you have a grudge. And here, all of the guest list, the entire guest list, gets their jewelry stolen by birds. They know who you are.
The thing is, they want to pin the bird thing on him immediately.
But at the same time, like, there was a suspicious guest nobody expected, nobody liked, and oh no, shortly after he left, all the jewelry's gone.
Right?
Yeah. Was he just there to make an alibi for himself?
Like, and it was such a shit alibi, too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the Cobblepot who's a master criminal and crime lord, that's for sure.
So it's like, hey, Cobblepot, where were you that night? I was getting kicked out of Bruce Wayne's rave.
Oh, the rave where everyone's jewelry got stolen.
Yes.
Mind if we take a look inside of your manor?
And it's like they walk to the manor, it's like, man, you live like this?
God, yeah.
And the fact that he outright stole something small and personal that was undeniably him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Alfred, why would you go into this alone?
In all fairness, ex SAS. And like, Cobblepot really, Alfred should have been able to dismantle him.
Unfortunately, Cobblepot has those dumb umbrellas.
And is oddly acrobatic here, too.
Apparently.
Yeah, he also has those ninjas.
Yeah.
Like, are they ninjas or are they like yokai? Because, like, we see something later, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And
like, we will find out what those two are, like, later. I think, like, season 2.
And, like, is it just me, or does most of the jewelry he steals seem like very distinctive, unique pieces to you?
Yeah, he should have been, like, fencing all of this stuff yesterday. What is he doing? Sitting there like a dragon on top of a massive horse. Is he planning to slide down it on his belly?
Like, and
is he planning to get enough to fill up a bathtub and dive into it?
And like,
or at least a pool?
And like, how are you, like, won't people notice a massive cash influx from a guy who acts rich, but is, to anyone who knows anything, broke as shit? Like,
what even happened to the Collepots in this timeline? That's the real thing.
Probably it's probably that his family was just as bad as him.
No, I think there's something else going on there, but like we never find out because this is the Batman.
Also, it's only season 1, so we're not getting super villain backstories yet.
There's Cobblepot, none of your crime makes any sense. How are you going to restore your family name with crime? How are you going to fence all these distinctive, unique pieces of jewelry? Anyone who's anyone, at best, you can hope to get them melted down, because, like, if those pop up anywhere, it's going to be instantly recognized.
And that's another thing, actually. So throughout the course of this, we find out that no, he's not, like, somehow psychically controlling the birds. But he did, in fact, train them. And, like, if you can train birds so well, you can get them to steal specific pieces of jewelry like this. Why are you not just training birds professionally and earning a fortune through that?
Because he sees that as work and actual work and below him.
God, you're right. I hate that you're right, but you're right.
Because the Penguin is anything but lazy in specific ways.
God, yeah.
I did note one thing, and that was like that was explained later in the episode, and I was like, I was looking. It was the scene where Alfred walks in on the big old aviary with all the birds in like cruelty level cages, and it was just like, and I was looking at it, and I was like, why does he have vultures? And then, Alfred gets captured and we learn exactly why the Penguin has vultures.
For feeding people.
Yes.
beating people too.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder how many people he.
You can't train a vulture to steal jewelry. That's not a thing you can do. That's not something that's within the behavior of a vulture. You could get it with an owl, maybe. The crows obviously will go for anything shiny, and if you teach them to get the right kind of shiny things, yeah, I can believe it. Oh, and we also have our first occasion of bat shark repellent. I have a bat ultrasonic bird repeller.
You know what's still funny? Because like this still involves the show, but it's also a comic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he brought the bat shark repellent. There is a bit in the comics where Bruce Wayne is stuck going to multiple universes and meeting alternate versions of himself. For some reason, they did not use this version of him in that comic.
Oh, that's a shame.
When was it?
But they used the 1960s Batman, who gave him his utility belt.
Okay.
The thing is, he was attacked by Joker sharks, and he reaches into his belt and finds the fucking shark repellent.
And he just, wow, the one Batman more prepared than me.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh.
and honestly, I'm not really a fan of like, yes, Penguin had weapons in his umbrellas and stuff, but like, he was never this combat focused, not personally.
Yeah, like he's so acrobatic here.
I mean, neither is the Joker, and look at what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the Joker, I can sort of get it with like the build and everything they gave him, but Cobblepot's build is still pretty on point to how he looks in the comics.
Oh yeah, he's just like a small man with literally like no leg length. Like I don't even think he has knees.
Well, of course not. They got shut off in the war.
Oh my god.
Hell, he did the joke before I could. He lost his shins in the war.
No, it's Oswald Cobblepot. He lost them gambling.
He lost his shins in Japan. What's the country? The place I want to go. He went gambling in Shanghai and lost his shins.
God.
I got my knees repossessed in Shanghai.
He got it because
they
of the
debt. Took my shins.
Yeah, he got those repossessed in Shanghai because of the debt he accrued getting the fucking laser whip and laser chains.
They took my shins as collateral.
I don't need shins. I just need money.
And my feet.
Also, the fact that he just immediately declares, like, let's drop the pretenses. Call me Penguin. It's like, okay, but why? None of the birds you were using were penguins or even flightless.
Honestly, right? And I'm just remembering this post about like him like this like that imagines him like seeing like all these villains popping up with their gimmicks. And he's like, wow, I guess we're doing this now. I guess I can just LARP as my feather soda now if we're just doing this.
Oh my god!
Damn it. This movie came out the year after, so I can't make a joke about them going like, I tried to steal the penguins from the zoo, but because of that goddamn Madagascar movie, the penguins are way more guarded now.
Yeah.
God.
The Madagascar
came out. The Madagascar came out in 2005.
The penguins are unionized now.
and they work as spies for some reason.
Right? Yeah. Okay, there is one thing about this episode that made the ending kind of a wet fart for me. So Batman's talking to his old college detective friend in the park after shooting some hoops. Sure.
Yeah.
But then he says something that, like, it sounds like he's being genuinely introspective. That, like, hopefully it's not Batman who brings out the freaks. And it's just like, that's an absolute wet fart. Bruce, Cobblepot was an asshole well before he came to Gotham. We established this in the episode. We don't need.
The episode that sort of introspection would have fit in? Back in the Bane episode, when there was specifically somebody hired to kill you, specifically.
Yeah. Right. Oh, just the weirdest wet fart of an ending. It just falls completely flat because Cobblepot was already an asshole. He was already an asshole. You didn't do a damn thing to him. Well, okay, you did some damn things to him, but, like, you didn't do a damn thing to make him this way. He had his own chip on his shoulder. He turned to crime in Asia. He's the one who hired the incredibly gauche ninja latex girls.
Like, I'm still so confused.
Me thinks that the Penguin has a type for women in rubber.
Oh
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't blame him.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still so confused. Like, the Kabuki twins, or whatever they're called, like, they were so, like, unexplained here in general, because, like, they act like robots in some ways. So at first I thought they were robots, but then they, like, just managed to vanish out of the cages, so it's like, are they yokai? Did Cobblepot meet some yokai and make a fucking deal? Are they Tengu?
If you want my guess,
the thing is, I'm going
to make a call, because as the only person here who has not seen the Batman, they are part of whatever they're going to be doing with Raj Al Ghul.
Okay, so I don't think that Cobblepot is allowed to be within 30 feet of the entirety of Japan.
Right.
But yeah, I could imagine that being some League of Shadow stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so we're introducing, like, the idea of the League of Shadows very, very early on. And then, like, later there are going to be other hints, and we're going to slowly build up to to our villain Raj Al Ghul, who will inevitably, as usual, look incredibly white, but, like, try and really land on that whole Mandarin yellow threat thing.
Yeah, but also I am now looking up the.
But Bruce can't call him out on it.
So I actually ended up looking up the Kabuki twins on the DC wiki and whatnot. They appear in they appear in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes, and the only thing that's actually ever revealed about them is that Penguin had acquired them on a trip to Asia. They are never shown an origin or alter egos. So, in 5 whole seasons, they never explain them.
Because I could theorize, like, they're probably some agents of someone he owes money, who's keeping him alive for now so he can pay.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Also, they do seem pretty bird-like themselves, honestly. This was years before the Court of Owls would be introduced in the comics, but I could easily see these two being Talons. Talons are the undead agents of the court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, they could have, if only. Part of me almost wishes the Court of Owls was here, because, like, at least that would make any sense for the premise.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's just about the end of the episode. Do we have any final thoughts on these first 3 episodes before we go?
Oh my god, the
Uh,
Batwave stuff was so obnoxiously tied in. The sound is so annoying.
There was just like no escape from the Batwave.
Ah.
I love the characterization for Bruce. I love the characterization for Alfred, and like the villain idea is like they're trying different things with them, but I don't like how so far we've had a pattern of all super combat heavy, as if they don't think kids can understand people being villains in any other way. And it really does show that they made these episodes all out of order. It really does, and like the merchandising is so blatant. I want to like this show, but like at the same time, I'm like, you did no research, you didn't think through any of this, and like it really aged all the worse for it because they seem to have think why put in effort? It's for kids. Kids aren't gonna understand it.
I think that like I do think there's an emphasis on action scenes, and I think that a big part of okay, so I should get this on the table now. I'm a big BTAS fan. Like, I mean, who isn't? But you know, I was there when it originally aired. I am ancient. And like you can tell that there's a lot of this stuff in the Batman.
Yeah.
That is trying very, very hard to either emulate the way BTAS tries to emulate the way BTAS works and fails because it didn't understand what worked about BTAS, or is trying to deliberately step away from BTAS as like not your grandmother's Batman. When no, this is much closer to like your grandmother's Batman. Actually, this is a Bruce Wayne who is not horribly traumatized. Who is well, okay, he's horribly traumatized because he's always horribly traumatized. But like, he's mostly gotten over it. He's trying to genuinely do good and be kind to people, and you know, be this and be a detective. And like it just doesn't work when you combine it with we're going to make all the villains like in BTAS but more extreme. And I really hope that the series goes in a different direction than that. But like that's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, once everybody has their final thoughts, I actually have the titles of the next 3 episodes pulled up now if you guys would like to hear them.
All right, I'm eager to hear what our next bit of Batman in Hindsight is gonna Gotham in Hindsight is gonna be like.
Let me think. What do I want to say? I guess I should say a couple of my thoughts on Detective Ian and Detective Bennett. Because we're gonna be seeing them a lot.
Yeah, they're practically our main characters besides Bruce.
Bennett, you a cool dude. I appreciate you for existing. I appreciate you for being a character that's for like giving Bruce someone other than Alfred to be a confidant, even though he can't tell you everything. Yin, girl, you got issues.
yeah, she does.
I don't think I don't think leaving Metropolis was her choice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying she has issues. Because it's clearly she was forced to leave Metropolis. They just won't say why yet.
Also, thinking about thinking about Bruce's relationship with Detective Bennett and everything, and how he's beyond just college. I got the vibe of them being practically childhood friends here, which just kind of made me wonder, like, how exactly did that trio of childhood friends go? Bruce Wayne, Ethan Bennett, and Tommy Elliott.
Ethan,
Well,
if Tommy
when you
even
think about
exists
it-
in this universe,
yeah. The thing is, wouldn't it be a quadrilateral of friends? Because I think Harvey did still exist somewhere.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my god.
and oh my god, Bennett is the only one who didn't end up a weirdo in some way. You have Bruce turning into Batman. You have Harvey becoming Two-Face. And then you have Thomas Elliot going so far off the deep end, he gets plastic surgery to look like Bruce to try to steal his life.
And the thing
yeah.
is, he performs the plastic surgery on himself.
Oh god. You know, really good amateur
I'm
job.
pretty sure that's against medical advice there, Tommy.
No, Tommy Elliott is a surgeon. Like, that was his job.
Yeah, but even if you're a
It's still
surgeon,
against medical advice to try and work on yourself while you're under anesthesia.
I don't think he used anesthesia.
That's
worse. Oh god, that means he's even more of a masochist than me.
And that's saying something.
Mm.
Since we didn't really get to see him that much these 3 episodes, the Chief is a problem. Because
That
like, I
doesn't
think
surprise me, because any chief that's not named Gordon in Gotham tends to really, either be getting a little something or
remember, Gordon is commissioner, not chief.
Yeah, basically, most cops in Gotham that aren't main characters are corrupt in some way.
Yeah.
So, like Chief Rojas, it's less about corruption and more about because he's molding that Batman that makes him look bad.
I mean,
gosh, that doesn't say anything about real cops at all.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
That fucking smug ass reporter. Like the fucking scumbag reporter. Like the fucking scumbag reporter.
Jack Ryder? Was it Jack Ryder? I forget.
I don't think they ever said his name on camera.
If that was Jack Ryder, he would not be as much of a smug asshole.
Yeah, because you have to remember, Jack Ryder is the one who is the creeper.
Yeah.
I remember there was in DC for a while, there was that one reporter who had his own show and was just such an absolute bitch about anyone with power. It's like you know how J. Jonah Jameson is about Spider-Man? He's like that for all superheroes and without the ethics.
Oh, so that guy from Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
I know how you mentioned Amanda Waller.
Oh yeah.
I know they decided to re-release Amanda Waller's backstory.
Oh god.
To the tune of nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really want this absolute power thing to be successful, but it seems to be a big wet fart to everyone.
Because it's like, you gotta stop doing this storyline. You gotta stop doing the storyline where they turn people against the heroes. It is literally the laziest thing you could do in writing, in comics.
Yeah, and we get enough of that with Marvel as it is.
And so, as usual, the X-Men are on their own.
Again.
It was ancient when Claremont did it.
Yep.
X the difference with the X-Men. the ones that are gone chose to be gone. They are just in a different fucking dimension right now,
Oh my god.
living their best lives.
But
They are
yes,
happy.
but yes, I think this is we're about at the point where it's time to talk about the other episodes. That's gonna start.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
our next 3 episodes are The Cat and the Bat.
Gosh, what a surprise!
Yeah.
I bet
This
you'll
was my
never
wife
guess.
for that introduction.
Yeah, I bet you'll never guess who's going to be introduced in that episode.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Eartha Kitt reprise her role.
God, that would have been amazing.
Oh, dude, there actually is a actor from. You'll see later. One of the actors from that show is in this.
Oh
Is
boy.
it Julie Newmar?
Anyway, well,
It's
we'll get to it when we get to it. Our next episode, please.
And after the
I was
cat
gonna go
and
into a joke about like the different Catwoman actors.
oh yeah, and the and then the episode after the Cat and the Bat is The Man Who Would Be Bat, which is the Man Bat episode.
Oh, you see, like with a title like that, it feels like it would have been a actual backstory episode.
Yeah, that's why I had to clarify that it's the Man Bat episode.
Yeah.
And then the third of the next three we're watching is The Big Chill, which I'm actually kind of excited by because one of my favorite TV writers is the scriptwriter on this one, Greg Wiseman, who you might know for his work on both Gargoyles and The Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like this guy knows how to write gambits because of the fucking Xanatos gambit.
Oh yeah. Oh, and like at some cons and stuff, he even did like crossovers between Gargoyles and Spectacular Spider-Man with the voice actors. It was fun.
Oh wow.
And our third episode?
Oh, that was it.
That was
the Big
third
Chill. The 3 episodes are. Yeah.
These are all so cryptic.
Right.
I mean, what did you think Tiv was talking about Ben 10 for a moment with the Big Chill?
Yeah.
I was making the joke. I didn't think you were.
I mean, I do talk about Ben 10 an awful lot. Like, I was exposed to Ben 10 before Dial H for Hero, and surprised to see that Ben 10 is actually not related to that at all. Anyway, though,
You think it would be?
you think it would be, but especially since they're both Warner Brothers. But
Yeah.
Anyway, any last thoughts before we sign off? Then, everybody.
I want to like this show. I remember loving it as a kid. I really hope it gets its act together.
I'm sure it will by the end of the season.
Personally, I liked the show a lot when I was in beta, but I didn't get really into it until we had Barbara introduced in the next season. Or was she season 3? I can't remember.
We'll find out.
Season 3.
But yeah,
No, wait, because I think they changed the theme song in season 2, didn't they?
I thought it was season. I think it's like more like season 3 or 4. Anyway, we'll find out later.
Yeah.
How many seasons does she
I'm
still have
trying
again?
desperately to avoid spoilers here because I think people really do want to see my fresh reactions to this as a somewhat regular DC fan, but like fresh to the Batman.
Oh shit, this show has 5 seasons.
yeah, and in between,
5-year mission to sell toys and seek out new life and new civilizations.
Just
So,
sell
like-
yes.
yeah, and
I
after
found
we
it
get,
funny.
and remember, after season 2, we will have to watch the one movie this series produced, The Batman vs. Dracula.
Okay, like I'm okay with that. Like, I'm fine with the Batman versus Dracula. Like, it sounds horrible and chintzy, but like this whole show so far is horrible and chintzy. So, like, I'm gonna be looking forward to that. I'm gonna be looking forward to them like really opening up and showing us what they can do with the concept of Dracula fights Batman.
Oh, okay. This is pretty funny. It's not spoilers or anything, but this is the funniest thing. Seasons 1 and 2, both on Cartoon Network and Kids WB. The movie, only on Cartoon Network. Seasons 3 through 5, only on Kids WB.
Yeah, so weird. But yeah, I guess that's it for this podcast then. We'll see you all next week on Gotham in Hindsight. I've been Tiff.
I've been Cassie.
I've been Colecanasis.
And we will see you next time when the bat signal is shining. Or I guess the bat wave is waving. Good night.